Hey guys, welcome to Lighted Talk with Vivian. It's another beautiful time with you and I hope you enjoy your stay with me, right? Okay, so last week was my birthday and I made a dance video. It was so funny and you need to go check it out if you have not seen that my dance video. I'm so grateful for God for his awesomeness in my life, right? That was 9th July, in case you don't know. So now you know my birthday. Okay, so we started a series on how to secure your family from sexual influences and sexual harassment. It's been amazing. So if you have not seen the part 1 and part 2, please go check it out, and you can check the link up and then click on the link above and then you will just go straight into the video, right? It's so crucial, right? So we have spoken a lot on that, how to secure your family from sexual influences and sexual harassment. So today I'm not going back to those things. Just go get it and watch it. But today, okay, before I continue, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please kindly do and click on the notification button, because we are set to give you amazing content relative to parenting, love life, career, faith-based, all sorts that will be very beneficial to you. I promise you that, right? Okay, so click on that button right away. Share with your friend. Let them know about the channel. This channel, a lot is coming your way. The 5 tips for you to look out for in trying to secure your family from sexual harassment and sexual influences relative to our children. First, you must know your children's friends. Yes, please do. Know your children's friends. And I don't mean, okay, so I know that Jack is a friend to my son James. That's not what I'm saying. It's way beyond that, right? You really need to know, who is Jack? Like, can you give a little profile about Jack, right? And it's very simple. That's why knowing your children's friends means you have to make your children your friends. Yes, bring them close. So it's asking, James, who is your friend? Like, I've not seen any of your friends lately. Who is actually your friend in this your new school? Probably if he's in a new school, I'll be like, okay, this person. And then let me see the person. You get to know the person. Let the person come home. Or you could visit the school where you go for the open day or whatever. Let me see your friend. You have a little discussion with the friend. But that is not in an interrogation form like, hey, tell me your name. Which church do you attend? I hope you are born again. I hope you're a good boy. It's quite embarrassing, right? So you just try to be in that his or her friend's space and then ask the person some questions that will help you know the kind of person the person is and the person's core values. And that means that your children must have known their core values too. Okay, so and your assignment, part of the assignment you do in knowing your children's friends is to also pray to discern them, because some people can act and sound very nice, but deep inside there's something else. So parenting and being a mother or being a father, a dad or a mom is a big deal. But God will give us the grace, right? Okay, so the second tip on how to guard your family from sexual influences and sexual harassment is to monitor their phones. Yes, this is key, right? Monitor their phones. Know what is happening with their phones. It's very important. There's actually a way for you to censor what your children, the engagements and activities of your children in their phone. Like some of my friends I know that have constant Wi-Fi. They pay yearly, for Wi-Fi, and it's just like that constantly. And then the children are sleeping with their phones. And I think I've said something like this before, that possibly if your children can submit their phones, right? They can submit their phones before they go to bed. It will be amazing, because sometimes some of them are not heavy sleepers, and then they can wake up at night feeling bored and start to browse. And from browsing, they enter into other things, and that is how addiction starts, right? So control what happens in their phone, monitor their phone, what happens in their phone is very important. So a teenager is not above the parent. Some of the issues we encounter is where a parent feels helpless. You were a teenager, right? Were you uncontrollable? We should be in charge as parents. I'm not saying embarrass them, because you will get the desired results, or talk to them anyhow, but sit them down, tell them ground rules, the things you expect from them, and you'll be firm on those rules, right? So get their phones, know what is happening then, but censoring it in a way that you can always check the activities going on there is the best, right? Then the third tip is for you to censor what your children watch in televisions. This is very key, right? You should be able to know what they are watching. You don't just allow them because you have DSTV and then it's subscribed. They can just use remotes and just be putting anything. No, nobody does that. Any child that is below 18 years is still under your control. Please, very important. Freedom is good. I advocate independence at a level, but not absolute freedom, right? So censor what they watch. And that also means that you and I as parents have to also mind what we watch, at least in their presence, because I understand that you are an adult. There are programs you feel you want to watch that will be helpful to you and that you can control, you have control over, but don't watch them in their presence. They always mind what we are doing, not what we are saying. They'll be like, in their mind, they might not even say it. Some of them might not say, but in their mind, like, you said I shouldn't watch this, but that's what you're watching. And that will make them not to take your words seriously, right? Okay, so you don't want to shoot yourself at the leg. So, like, for instance, you like Z World, you like Telemundo, you know, they are romantic movies, right? And constantly you are putting it and you're telling them, you guys should go and read your books, go into your room and watch football. They'll be like, we want that one you're watching, right? So in a way, find a way to censor what they are watching and then mind what you are watching as a parent, at least not in their presence. Okay, hope you got that. Thank you. So the fourth thing is for you to teach your children sex education. This is okay. Yes, in this 21st century, you still have parents that feel like, I don't want my children to know bad things. Oh, these are things we have encountered. I have a friend of mine when I was in my second degree. So I bought this book for her to give her son because I love children. I give them gifts a lot, and most time they are book gifts. So this is a book I've gone through. I actually shared it in one of the programs we did to the teenagers. So I gave her one to give the son, and then she looked at it, glanced through it, and was like, I can't give my son this. I don't want to expose him into what he doesn't know. This son of hers should be like 12 years, going to 13. About, I think he was in year 8, like JS2 then. I was like, how? I mean, because when we fail to teach them these things, they learn it outside. Are you in his friendship? Do you know what they talk about? And then they're going to hand down to him knowledge or information that is not correct. So why don't you talk about it? But I want to also say that, talking about sex education is age appropriate. So the way I would teach sex education to a 5-year-old is not the same I would teach sex education to a 10-year-old, or rather is it the same way I would teach a 15-year-old. So it's age appropriate, right? So for that 5 years, you know how to just mention the basic parts of the body, what this one stands for. Then at 10, 8, 9, 10, you begin to advance a little bit, go deeper. But at 14, 15, 16, you should go, deeper and deeper into, discussing sex education. Very important, all right? And then in discussing this sex education, especially to the younger ones, don't go exploring, don't go saying every detail that they will not begin to imagine how that stuff looks like, right? You know what I mean? Just mention it and be serious about it. Don't blush. Don't feel shy. They'll be like, okay, what is funny about this? Don't use your body language to castigate what you're saying. Be firm, be serious, be friendly, right, with them, and let them understand. Sex education is key. So if you're parents and you are still thinking, my children, I don't want them to know bad things, you are still backward, naive. In fact, some of these teenagers and these children we know, we even teach you sex education. So it's better you get knowledge and then teach them, and they will get the first-hand information from their mom or from their dad, right? Please, sex education is not meant for mothers to teach alone. Dad can teach sex education, right? Maybe dad teach boys, their mom teach girls, whatever. But everybody has to be involved, right? Okay, so the last tip for today is prayers. Okay, let's engage in prayers to secure your family from sexual influences, whether as it regards to or relates to children or your spouse or people around you, your house, in your family. You just have to pray. Yes, prayers is key. Okay, so some of the things we see that happens are mostly demonic. So when you hear a father sleeping with a daughter, right? Or you see a caregiver molesting a 2-year-old child, or a brother sleeping with a sister, is no more ordinary. Charge your house with prayer. Prayer cannot be overemphasized. The power and the potency of prayer cannot be overemphasized. So make sure you pray as a family. Don't say we are in a haste, we are moving out to work. By all means, make sure that your house is themed in prayers. It's very important. And that is to say that you out there as a mom or as a dad have to make sure that your ways are clear, are clean before the Lord. Okay, obtain a right standing with God, because you can, for instance, be quarreling with your husband, or you as a husband, you are keeping malice with your wife, or you're sleeping outside. Your ways are not right. How do you want the prayer to be powerful? So prayer is not a formality, right? That, okay, let's make it. We have made it. For it to be effective, it has to follow through the due protocol, right? So let's make sure by all means, as much as we can, that we are in right standing with God. We all know what is good. Spouses, you must be in unity and in love, okay, to pray and to inculcate love in your children. All right, it's very important, and that is only when you are talking to them about anything, it enters, because at least you are a model to some extent. So I'm just going to stop here. I don't want to be a very long video. Thank you for listening, and I do hope you share this video with your friends and people around you, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Love you. Bye.